Happy Friday, my people. So here we are. I'm sure a lot of you are freaking out, right? Rates going through the roof. We're at 5% now. So I want to throw in a little bit of the kitchen sink into this video. So don't leave. And if you have to, make sure that you're leaving just to grab a cup of coffee and come back. So let's take a look at a couple charts here. First one you see here is I'm showing you from 2020 to 2022, kind of where rates have been, right? If you look at the average all the way to the end of till February really of this year, 2022, you'll see the rates have averaged 2.96%. But now we're starting to see the pinch. Why are we seeing this pinch? I've talked about this in other videos. We're talking about inflation, right? We're at a 40-year high. And unfortunately, with this whole thing going on with Ukraine and the world just in disarray, supply chain problems still in existence, we're going to continue to see a little bit more of inflation happening, and rates are going to have to go up. Why? Because interest rates going up is the brake to keep under control inflation. It's to force people to stop spending so there's less demand, and we can control that beast called inflation. The good news is that once we have it under control, rates start to come down again. When that's going to happen, well, that crystal ball hasn't come in my Amazon truck as of yet. If we look at the next one, if you go down a little bit, you'll see the historical 30-year mortgage rates since 1975. Look at this. So it hit an all-time high. And I remember this, by the way, in 1981. Look at this, 18.63%. For those of you who don't remember, Paul Volcker was the chairman of the Fed, and he was the inflation killer. He had to raise rates in order to, again, do the same thing we're doing right now. It's to tame that beast of inflation. So this gives you kind of an idea of where rates have been. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is, okay, so what do I do? For those of you who are on the fence or thinking, you know what, I'm going to blow up my dream of home ownership. I've always said this, and this we can turn into a t-shirt actually. If you can, then do. For those of you who are waiting for a bubble to burst and seeing property values plummet 15, 20%, I just don't see that happening anywhere, much less here in the Bay Area, here in San Francisco. It's just not going to happen. So let's take a look real quick here. Let's take a look at this that I did really quickly. Cost of waiting, because there's a cost for everything, right? There's also a cost for waiting. So let's just say that you decide, you know what, I'm going to wait 6 months. And by the way, I put in here, waiting 6 months means 5%, which we're already at. But let's just say that it stays at 5%. Notice the difference of home prices here, going from 1.2 to 1.255994, almost $56,000 higher, right? A 4.67% increase if you wait a year, then if you wait 2 years, and then if you wait 3 years. Now let's go down to the bottom so that we can actually see what that impact is when it comes to payment. Because if you wait 6 months, like I said, keeping it at 5% interest rate. If you wait a year, going to 5.25, or I'm sorry, 5.125, 5.125, with an increase also in the home price. Then going to the second year, going to 5.375. Again, an increase of 16.41% home prices. And these, by the way, are statistical numbers, right? Statistical data averages. That's where we get these numbers on the increase in home prices. And this is for San Francisco, just to give you an idea. And then if you wait 3 years, 24.79%, right? And the rate going up to 5.875, that could happen. That could happen quicker than that, as a matter of fact. But let's go down to the bottom and let's take a look. So if you wait 6 months, it's going to cost you $386 extra in payment. Wait a year, $688. Wait 2 years, $1,250. And then wait 3 years at $2,079 a month. And if you look at the total cost of actual waiting, we're talking $63,000, right? When it comes to 6 months. If you wait a year, $122,493. 2 years, $227,253. And then 3 years, $344,078. That last time I checked has not grown on trees. So what's the point of all this? What you don't want to do is try to be a market timer. I'll tell you, people who time markets usually get spanked. That's in stocks, that's in real estate, the whole nine yards. The reality is that this is not 2008. People are putting down payments. It's not like they're doing 100% financing, have no skin in the game, just walk away, which is what happened in 2008. So I would really think closely about blowing up and giving up on your dreams of home ownership. If you can, then do. Get together with your team. I would love to speak with you, obviously, put together a winning strategy. Strategy is my middle name. Advice is my first name. That's how I hang my hat. If you want to have a conversation with me, please just DM me. Would be happy to do that. Complimentary on me, and we can spend 30 minutes to an hour and just talk this thing out and really put some strategy because the numbers don't lie. Emotions have a tendency to trick you. They're very fickle. So don't give up on your dreams just because the market's going up, because guess what? Even at 18% in 1981, people were buying houses. So have a great day. Relax a little bit, breathe. Make sure that you enjoy your weekend. Take care.